Hi, this is Clyde with SeniorIncomeBlog.com. I want to share something with you today that I pray will make a difference in your life. My wife and I were your pretty much your typical middle class American family couple. Uh, the children were grown and gone. Uh, my wife had retired from 31 and a half years with a major insurance company, and I had been an independent businessman most of my adult life. And at the time, we were in the trucking business and had a small fleet of auto transporters, and we were doing quite well. The economic turndown came, and we lost some finances, some money in investments, and we lost some business. And my wife's company that she retired from went from being a privately held company to being a publicly held company, and her retirement fund went right out the door. So our income was drastically reduced. And on top of that, then I fell off of the car hauler and was injured, no longer able to work. And so we had to get out of the trucking business. And we went from a very comfortable income to almost no income. There was always a month left over at the end of the money. We were blessed by the Lord that we never actually had to make choices like buying medicine or buying food. But there certainly was never money left over for simple things like dinner and a movie. So I knew as a Christian and as the head of my home that I had to do something to take care of my family, to pay the bills and give my wife a better life. And because of that, I was looking for another brick and mortar offline business that I could do. And it just wasn't available, not at my age and my physical limitations. And somebody talked to me about an internet business, and I resisted that. Computers were good for keeping records and, some Facebook and that kind of stuff. But business, I kind of resisted that for a while. But I finally decided that that's what had to be done. But can I tell you, trying to start a business on the internet is a lot different than having a business offline in the brick and mortar business, in the service business world. And I made some bad mistakes. I did not realize that there were people out there that were only concerned about lining their pockets. They didn't care about helping me or anything else. I bought a lot of those, bright, shiny objects and a lot of those latest, greatest things that come down the internet marketing pike, and a lot of those things that promised a 4-hour work week. And my wife and I were in worse shape than we were when we started. But through all of that, I met two gentlemen. The first gentleman I met, I realized was honest, had a lot of good ideas, but I never really considered him to be a teacher, a mentor. The second one I met was a coach, but coaches are expensive, and I just really didn't think that I had the money. Well, I knew I didn't have the money to pay a high-priced life coach, but I had to do something. And my mentor spent time with me. He encouraged me. He invested in me. Now, by no means did he give me everything he had for free. I can tell you that it has been proven time and time again that education is never free. Usually costs you time and money, and a lot of work. And that education did cost me time and money and a lot of work. But he was honest with me about some things. He told me that the 4-hour work week was possible, but it wasn't going to come overnight. He told me that I was going to have to invest some money and some time and some effort in myself and in my education. He told me it would be hard work. I had lessons and I had exercises or assignments or whatever you want to call it. He even had the nerve to give me homework. Made me feel like I was back in high school or college. But by the way, that's why I like to be called a senior and not a baby boomer. I like to think of myself as a senior. I like high school or college. All the hard work is behind and all the new stuff is just busting out all in front of us. But I digress. I did have to work hard. But he encouraged me, and that caused me to cross that threshold, to cross the threshold from my comfort zone, from wherever I was, to get out there and to somewhat make myself vulnerable. And in that journey, we had tests. Oh my goodness, my wife had tests. She had to put up with me. But there was tests and there was enemies. There was still those people who weren't interested in anything but lining their pockets, and they didn't care whether they helped us or not. But there were also some allies. My mentor, the other gentleman that I shared with you about, and some new people that I met. But then came a day when I had to do something that I have learned to call approaching the dragon's den. Because the time was coming when I had to take the education and put it to practical use. And it was kind of scary because, like I said, there's a lot of difference in an offline business where I had been fairly successful and an online business where I hadn't been successful at all. But my mentor encouraged me, and we did. He walked with me right into the dragon's den, and we did. We got started, and then it was time to launch the product and to do all that, and he walked through all of that with me. And through all of that, I was able to seize the treasure. My treasure was, one day I finished paying all the bills and there was money left over to take my wife to dinner and a movie. And you can believe I seized that moment. I seized that treasure. I grabbed hold of it, and I grabbed hold of her, and I took her out to dinner and a movie. And there's been many, many more dinners and movies and other things since then. Today we can go out and spend a week at the condo on the beach if we like. We're not independently wealthy now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a guru, but we're far better off than we used to be. And all because we had a mentor. We had somebody who believed in us, who was willing to help us. And after that part, I kind of had a chance to reflect and look back where we'd been. And some things were resurrected. Some things were brought back to the forefront. I've always loved to help people. My wife and I were on the mission field in Italy for 3.5 years. So always been pretty heavily involved in the ministry, in prison ministry. So I like to help people. And that was had a little damper put on it. Became a little discouraged through all of the other, but that was resurrected. And I brought that treasure, that dinner and a movie, and all the experience that I've gained through all of that back here with me. And my desire is to help you. To help you that if you've never experienced the problems and disappointments that I experienced, that I can help you not experience those. And if you have experienced them, that I can help you maybe recover from them quicker than we were able to. Now, we put information, free information, on the internet at seniorincome.blog.com. But we also have a membership site. It's a paid membership site. And there's two reasons for that. I want to help as many people as I can, and I want to give away a good amount of information for free. But I have found, not just for myself, but for myself and for others, if you don't have anything invested, you're not apt to do any work. And I could give you all of the information, all of the knowledge and experience that I've gained, and give it to you for free, and it would probably sit on your hard drive on your computer. And it wouldn't do you any good. But if you've invested your hard-earned dollars, then you're probably going to do something with it. Now, I'm not a $500 an hour coach. That wouldn't do you a whole lot of good if you were in the position that my wife and I were in when all this journey started for me. But it won't be free. Now, at the time that you view this video, the membership site may not be open yet, but you can take a look. It's seniorincomecademy.com. You can read the front page and watch the video, and that will be there if the site's not open yet. And you can make a decision. You can put your name and email address in the form, and we'll let you know when it starts. Or if it's already open, you can browse around. I can't make you any guarantees. That's against the law, and it wouldn't be right anyway. But I can make you a promise, and here is the promise that I can make for you, make to you. If you look at the website and you think it's too expensive, then click away. Or tell me you thought it was too expensive. We'll still be friends. But if you visit the website and you're happy with what you see and you decide to join with us, here's the promise I will make to you. I will do everything I can to help you get to the place where you can have that dinner and a movie over and over and over again, where you can buy the fuel for that motorhome that you bought when everything was going great and you've had to park it in the yard, or buy the motorhome, where you can, I don't know, travel from flea market to flea market different weekends to sell your crafts, or go visit your friends, or go see children and grandchildren. We will work with you to get you to that place. Now, whether you get to that place or not, it's going to depend entirely upon whether you're willing to work or not. Like I said, it'll be hard work, and I promise you, you may feel like you're back in school, because there'll be information given out, there'll be lessons, and there'll be assignments or exercises. And some people don't like that. They say, well, I put in my time in school, and that's fine. Decision's yours. But if you choose to work with us, I promise you, it'll be hard work, but it'll be worth it. So check us out, seniorincomblog.com and seniorincomecademy.com, and make up your own mind, make your decision as to whether you want to work with us or not. Now, I pray you've had a blessed day. I pray that something I've said in this video has touched your heart and made you stop and think, and that it will help you make a decision to work with us. So, have a blessed day. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye now.